Let's cross now to Govan Whittles for the latest on this story. So in a nutshell, Govan, President Ramaphosa doesn't have to reveal his financial backers, who his financial backers were for that leadership race for the ANC.
Yeah, that's right. This application was dismissed with costs, without any reasons being given in a short oral judgment by Judge van der Schijf now. But we will be getting the substantive reasons for the dismissal of the EFF's application with costs. It's also important to note that some of this matter has been ventilated in the Constitutional Court, where the Constitutional Court found that the President derived no personal benefit from the campaign funding as well as the raising of money due to the decision of the campaign organizers to kind of isolate him from any of the donors. And remember the President saying that the way the CR17 campaign was set up, he didn't know who the people were that were making donations, and that was done to try and prevent him from having any sort of obligation towards his funders thereafter. So that was the merits in the Constitutional Court. Here in the High Court, the EFF arguing that the principles of open justice should allow that the public is made aware of who funds the President's internal party campaign, because it has such a huge bearing on his tenure as the head of state and could indirectly influence his decision to award or to position companies who may stand to benefit from the state contracts. So we're expecting some of those reasons in a few moments. So we've applied to get the full written judgment, but it was a very brief sitting in the High Court, and the application by the EFF has been dismissed with costs.
Has the EFF indicated whether they will appeal this decision?
Their representatives went in court this morning, not anyone from their leadership, only the attorneys, and they weren't saying what the position of the party would be moving forward. But we do know that the party had indicated it was willing to fight this matter and to try and achieve the unsealing of those bank records. No statement from the EFF as yet.
Govan, I know you said that there were no reasons given for the judgment, but I suppose, like you were explaining, it could be that the statements are fruits of a poisonous tree because they came from the public protector's investigation into the CR17 funding. And so maybe that's why the court feels they shouldn't be made public, these statements.
That was certainly a point of argument. Not sure what the comments were by the judge in the judgment. As I said, the substantive judgment will be released a little bit later, but exactly how those bank statements were acquired by the public protector and how the EFF got them was a subject of heavy argument in the court, whether that was permissible or not. And then another point of heavy argument was the public protector's jurisdiction to investigate the CR17 campaign in the first place, and whether that jurisdiction allowed her to get those CR17 bank records. So there was a lot of argument about the legality of how those statements were obtained, but we've not had sight of the judgment and its substantive reasons just yet, so it would be premature to speculate on what was happening there.
Govan Whittles, thank you so much. Govan Whittles in Pretoria for us.